Another very helpful tool in SketchUp menu is what it calls section tool. The section tool will come handy when you are trying to understand the detail inside the building and you want to work on it, or sometimes you want to create a floor plan or a section of the drawings and as a base, and then start working on that. So it's usually very helpful, especially in the early stage of a design, that you understand what's going on inside the building. So there's two ways of accessing this section tool. One is that you can use the large tool set box here and click on the section, or you can go over your menu, right click and turn on the section toolbox. I'm going to drag this and put it right here. Now I'm going to select the section plane. I'm going to call it section 3, and as you can see, as I move along, the section plane attached to different surfaces of my drawing. So let's say I'm going to put this right here. So right after I click, that is basically creating a section of my geometry. I can go select that and then move this section in and out in different places and look at the different aspects of my building, and basically this is very helpful basically when you are trying to have a base section, and then when you get that section you can start creating a group from the slice that is basically creating a section of this, and then start working on this section. The other thing that you want to pay attention is that there are multiple way of, like I said, let me just leave this here. There are multiple way of dealing with this section. One is that you can just leave it as it is when you're working with it, or sometimes you want to have a solid fill, so you use something like this. So let me just leave that as it is, and that's basically creating a solid section. And right now it doesn't make sense, but if I start creating the wall system within, then when it shows the wall system, instead of showing it as a hollow section, it creates some sort of a basically a solid wall system, and it shows the rest of this as a drawing. So I'm going to leave this as a right now for like a display section cut, and I can do the same thing. So I'm going to delete this section, and I can create another section which is basically, let's say, floor plan, and bring this floor plan here and then put it right up here, and then that creates some sort of a base for my floor plan. I'm just going to move this a little bit lower so I can see what's going on inside the building, and then I use this base and start right clicking on it, and I'm going to say create a group from the slice, and then I can move that here, and this can work as my, if I delete this piece, now you see that I can use this as my base and working on it, and then create more detail. When we get to the group, I will show you how to work with the group. So basically double clicking with this give you a privilege to start working with the small pieces here and there. But right now I'm going to double click outside and then delete that. So for, as I mentioned, for creating the floor plan, the only thing that you have to do is that when you are working with this section, you have to make sure it's outside, it's under like a plane view, and then hold shift and then bring it to your geometry and click somewhere. And then when you have that, you can just, same as what you did with the other type of section, we can use the move in order to bring this up or down in order to adjust it in the right level. So right now we have only one level, but sometimes you might have a multiple levels, so you need to change this according to that. And then whenever you need to work on a 2D version of your drawing, you just right click on it and create a group from the slice, and then you can move that group and then place it somewhere else. If I move this a little bit up, you see that I create a section, and then as I mentioned, you start opening up and then working on the floor plan of this.